That is a stunning piece of wood. I would have never thought in a million years that that would have ended up coming out. Don't even see it very well because it's so shiny, the light's reflecting off of it. But I took that bit. So this is the project. I'm calling it my prehistoric bowl, as you can see from the title. The reason being is because it's old, chunky and rough around the edges, just like me. So sticky and horrible. So yeah, yeah, nothing else to say really. It's failed. No good. So I'll see you guys next week. Fresh new project, one that works. And take care. Speak to you soon, and bye for now. Hello, welcome to this Sunday lunch, well, should we say Nikki's Sunday lunchtime live.
I'm not going on the camera, by the way.
No, we weren't going to put you on that. So thanks everybody for coming over for today, and a massive thank you for the support I had yesterday. Really do appreciate everybody who came over and watched yesterday's live for the virtual crafty fair. Hope you all had a great day. Some amazing makers. I didn't quite get a chance to watch everybody because I had to go and help my father-in-law move some furniture, but I caught what I could. So well done to everybody who took part, and massive thank you for everybody who came over and watched. So with saying that, today I'm going to do a bit of off-centre turning. I've got a small piece here. It's not very big. Let's have a measure up. It's 8 3/4 by around 1 inch thick. So what I'm going to do is, because it's got a little bit of a curve in it, I've just put a little force a bit in the back. I'm just going to skim the front to flatten it off, and then I'm going to show you where I'm going to put my multi-axis. I'm going to put one hole in the middle to hold it in the track, and I'm putting 4 others around it, so we get 4 different multi-axis shapes on the front. That's the plan. And if we get time, we'll do some finishing work to it as well. So that's the plan. So while I'm getting that mounted in the chuck, I'll hand over to my lovely wife Nick. She's not 100% day. She had a jab yesterday, first vaccine jab day, so she's not feeling 100%. So she might not be as sparky as she normally is. So it means I might have a quiet Sunday and not have the mick took at me too much. So I'll pass over to Nick and I'll get this in the chuck.
Sorry, I was going to burp then.
Oh, nice.
Sorry. Right, hello everybody, and welcome to the Sunday Lunchtime Live. First of all, today is Pip to the post today, Colin. It's Barry's in the shed, and then Douglas Mungham, and Gerard the French turner. We also had Malcolm Douglas. I don't know if I said Wood Wizardry by Colin. I did mention him. But
Yeah.
Tom Canada, Colin Izzard, Lawrence, Brian at Woodturning. We also have Mark the Gentleman Woodturner, Mike Yu from Ilminster, Kristen and Wood Dodger. Also, Joe Senior's on. Chris Dodds, I think I said him actually. Chris Dodds again. Robert Dolman's on. Andy H is for turning. Barry Kitty. Circular Wood by Keith, Rex B, YV Woodshed, Robert Nye. We also have Brent Beecroft is on.
Just give us a quick sand.
Duncan the Curly Turner.
The Curly Turner. He's changed his name.
Well, what was he?
Duncan
Oh,
yeah, it's
Barber,
Duncan the
wasn't
Turner, I think. Yeah, that's it. The Barber Turner, yeah.
Christina Michael Hedgetime.
Good afternoon.
Neil Gould. Again, if I've missed anyone, I apologise. Ian Leonard. I think that is it. Anybody who I've missed, just put, "Wait, you missed me," and I'll give you a mention.
So as always, guys, if you've got a question, please put a Q in front of your question so Nick knows there's a question. This is going to be a... Go on, sorry.
Rex B has a question. He said, "Steve, have you turned anything on a larger lathe?" What
No.
was it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I have.
I've been... Boss Nikki will let you get one.
I've been lucky enough to go to Yorkshire Get Central and use Glynn's VB... What is it? VB 36 or whatever it is. Can't remember what it's called. But Glynn, the same lathe as what Wayne's got. I've been lucky enough to use that. And I will say they're an awesome piece of kit.
Mark's, I won't pick on her today then. I'll concentrate on Joe instead.
So just a quick sand up on. I'm just going to put a bit of sand and sealer on that really. I've just sanded that up to 400. It's going to be a decorative piece. So this is going to be the back. But I just wanted to seal it really. Yes.
Andy
VB.
H, is that a bit better? Sorry, he said that's quite quiet.
Joe's put is the VB 36, yeah. Yeah, she's a beast. That's what she is.
Chris put, "I know how Nick you feel bad. My first jab yesterday, mind you, no reaction." Duncan put, "Yep, lockdown hair necessitates a change of name." Douglas put, "Nikki, any carrot chopping? I have got to prepare some carrots to put in the fridge, but I don't know if I'm bothered." I just feel it's an ache in the arm, but it could just be the fact that it's the end of school term for me as well. But
so that means the ache has gone from your backside to your arm now then?
No, but I'm just saying, you're the pain in my backside.
Oh, mate, how could you say that?
Andy reckon I'm still quiet, Steve. The mic's still quiet.
Well, I've got you turned. Oh, hang on, let's turn you up a little bit more. Right, try that.
Is that better, Andy? I have to move the mic a bit closer to my mouth as well.
Just gonna round this off as well. Might as well do that while we're in here.
Mark put, "That's no way to talk about Joe, Steve."
What's that?
I don't know. What did you say? You said she's an awesome beast, didn't you, or something?
Oh, right. Joe knows I wouldn't say that about her.
Yeah, when you're talking about the lathe. Yeah, it's just an ache, and I just feel tired, and yeah, I don't get ill very often, do I, mate? But, this really just feels like it's knocked me a bit. Jimbo's on as well. Hi, Jimbo. Oh, can't wait to see you, boy.
Jim, my man. Right, so that's the back. Just a little bit of sand and sealer on there. I'm not going to do any wax or nothing on it.
Andy said that's a bit better.
Good. So what I'm going to do, let's move to overhead camera. So I want to put 4.
That's because you said she's a bit of a beast.
Oh,
you
right.
said about the lathe.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some tape on there, because obviously that's a finished back.
Mike Stroughton's on.
Hi, Mike. So my plan is to put a hole in the centre and then opposites to good tape to Oh, that's what you get when you buy cheap tape.
Gerard's got something to tell you.
Oh, has he? What's that?
I should have takeaway. Rex put that he had his first shot and felt like the flu for 2 days and second shot next week. They were amazing. The people that do it are just so organised, and you sort of never know what you're going into. And the surgery where we live, they do it, but they're all lined up outside, aren't they? And the parking's atrocious. But this was at an old supermarket. But the staff were brilliant. They, like I say, just so organised. Everything was just running like clockwork. Didn't sit there waiting long at all. It was absolutely brilliant. Can't fault them one little bit.
So
Duncan said he was like that for 36 hours after his jab, but paracetamol tablets certainly helped. Yeah, I'm on some medication, and they've told me to swap because I take co-Dridamol, to swap that for paracetamol because apparently the codeine can feed it. So I've stopped taking those and just replaced my paracetamol for the next couple of days and see if that helps.
right, so mark the centre.
So
Now
he
I
said,
need.
you've got to look after me.
I always look after you. So what I need to do now is I need to work because obviously
Wait
I've
a
only.
minute, can we just, whoa. What's your idea of looking after me, babe?
I come home every night. I tell you I love you. I tuck you in. What more
When was
do
the
you want?
last time you cooked tea, babe?
Oh, is that all you got to worry about? Anyway, I'm not getting into domestic on it.
And tell the people what you didn't do last week.
What did I do?
What did you promise? And I had all these witnesses.
Yeah, but hang on. You told me it
Only because
didn't
you were
matter.
dropping things.
Oh, I ain't finished today's yet. Right, so I need to be able to mount that, obviously off centre without it banging onto the bed. So we need to be there somewhere, I think,
Joe
because
and
I've
Mark
only,
have got fight and talk on here now.
I've
Joe's
only.
put, Mark, you know what you've got coming. Don't make it worse for yourself.
So 150 is the maximum I can go. So let's go 65.
Harry did out, yeah?
Oh, hang on. Yeah.
Yeah. Mark said, you can only kill me once, Joe. Might as well make it worthwhile. Rex put, Nikki, since you aren't feeling 100%, you should have Steve treat for supper tonight, yeah?
I think I must change my smaller jaws.
Yeah, change the subject, you mean?
Well, no, I'm trying to do this.
Colin said he had a dead arm. You got yours tomorrow, ain't you? So I said to you, you'll
Oh.
probably end up with a dead arm.
Right, I'm just going to have to
On
quickly change these
Tuesday.
jaws, I think, because I should have changed them earlier.
Mark, who's going to be nice to me?
What's handy, Andy? Where's that gone? There's an Allen key on here for the jaws. Oh man, where's that gone? Trouble is, you tidy up, you put stuff away.
Benjamin's on. He put almost missed the Nikki show.
The Nikki show. The Nikki show.
Have you lost it?
Yeah, I can't
It's in the
find it.
same place with hankies.
Yeah, most probably.
On your trouser pocket. Oh.
I was on there.
Well, like you ain't got any more.
Well, no, I don't. I think I had the one out here for that size, and I think this is too big. Yeah.
Is it the same one as that? With that black handle on?
Yeah, so I use a set of Allen keys. So I'm going to change the jaws to a smaller set of jaws. Unfortunately, not as quick as the Easy would, but
Why are you changing it to a different set of jaws?
it's because I'm having to put holes in the back, and they're all closer to each other than what this one is. And this, if I do it with these set of jaws, they're going to overlap, which I don't want, because it's not going to be holding secure if they overlap.
Rick B said there was he put thanks to all who did demos yesterday, an incredible display of masters turning and more today.
Yeah, it was a very good day. I'm just sad that I didn't get to see everybody. I saw most of them. I had to go and help my father-in-law move some furniture. So
Chris Granville's on.
hi, Chris. So just quickly change these. I'll put the 35mm jaws in.
Harry said from Wood Creations he had his jab 4 weeks ago, no reaction.
Yeah, I think they say if you don't have a reaction with the first one, you normally feel a bit rough with the second one. That's what that
I
young
think you
girl was
upset
saying.
them.
Well, that's what that young girl said, didn't she, the other day? She said
Yeah.
normally if you don't get a reaction with the first one, you get a reaction with the second one.
Rex B's got a question. Is the easy woodchuck worth the cost?
I don't know. To me personally, no. I don't think it is. For the sake of how often do you really change your jaws? I mean, at the end of the day, this is the first time I've changed my jaws in, I don't know, 5 months, 6 months, and it doesn't take very long to change. Yes, okay, that's nice just to push a button and slip them out, but is it a big heartache just using an Allen key to undo 8 or 4 grub screws? Major thing is with these, don't over tighten them because they're only mild, you will share the heads off and use a good Allen key. Don't use a cheap and nasty Allen key. I threw the Allen key away that came with them because they're soft.
Andy H has had both his jabs and he's had no reaction.
Yeah, I think it just, nobody's body's the same, is it?
Colin said he needs another chuck. And Colin had the AstraZeneca jab.
Right.
Benjamin said, "Why are you faffing about? Why weren't you prepared?"
I know, to be honest, yeah, I agree. I totally agree with you there, Ben. Totally agree. Right, so let's get this sorted now. So I can use 35mm hole now rather than surely the 35mm jaws. So we want maybe what's Chucky? Never used these jaws before. First time I ever used them. So 40mm is the minimum we can get away with. So let's get a forcing bit out for the 40mm.
Lawrence said an Allen key with a handle helps a lot more easy to remove.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what you had, didn't you?
I've got one here somewhere.
That's what you can find.
I've got one somewhere.
Malcolm Douglas had both his jabs and he's had no effects either.
Oh, that's good.
Door 60's on.
Right, door.
Joe Senior wants to know what's a good make of Allen key.
The ones I use are. Don't know if you're wrong camera. Can you see that? They're the ones I use. WERA. Can't pronounce it because you know what I'm like with pronouncing stuff, so I'm not even going to try. So let's find the forcing a bit. So forcing a bit. We have here. Right, so 42mm. That's near enough. So drop that out of there. So now we need to work out how we can get these bits on here. So we've got 20mm either side of that. And I didn't want the problem I had, if I'd have used the big one, it'd have been really close on these edges, which I didn't want. So now we can bring that 5mm in. So there. And you alright? You alright? Right, so we want 55mm from the outer radius. And then
Mark's just put words are your nemesis, aren't they, Steve?
Yeah. I'm not the brightest spark in the box, I'll be honest. Not on vocabulary and reading and writing, but you give me something to make and I'll do it. Right, so let's get this moved over to, if I bring that over and move that camera around there, you'll be able to see me cut these holes, which is not going to be interesting, but
Benjamin said you pronounce it where?
where
Girls take the mick out of him because you can hear him go, Siri, how do you spell? Siri, how do you spell? Siri's like his new best friend, isn't it, mate?
It is. That's what he's for, isn't it?
Joe said can't be good at everything, can you? I ain't even going to comment to that. Can't really see what you're doing. We can see your back of your head, mate.
Oh, can they? Sorry, I'll come around this side then. Is that better? I must admit, I'm going to spend a bit of time over the next few weeks getting some more cameras about the workshop, so when I'm doing things like this, you can see them a bit better.
How are you now?
I am. I've got the cameras, I just need to run them around. Right, so that's what I wanted. Move the camera back. So that's roughly what I wanted, and that should give me my different. I think I'm gonna have to turn that down a little bit because it's just banging on the bed. So we'll turn that down a little bit first. And reface it because it's not very.
Douglas got a question. Nikki, Steve said, ask and he can make it. I need a bigger. Good lathe, okay, lol. Wouldn't it be nice? He's on. He's popped in for Sunday lunch.
Hi, Hugh.
Joe's asked what size Forstner bit.
The Forstner bit I was using was 42mm. So it's not very true, but this is going to be good enough for this. Right, so I'm just going to reface this just to clean this up.
Baz is on Real Simple Things.
Hi, Baz. So I think I've just got to take a little bit more off the edge of that because that was a little bit. This bed has been a pain in the backside the last few days, just grabbing all the time. Didn't tell me to change camera.
Oh, change camera. I was reading the messages.
Right.
Right, Brent's got a question. Steve, you seem to always have crystal clear picture quality compared to most of your compatriots. What equipment are you using that's different?
Nothing, I don't think, Brent, to be honest. I think it's all down to, a lot of it is down to your broadband speed. And I'm quite lucky that I'm running out, pushing out at 10 meg a second. So I'm quite lucky that we've got good broadband speed so that I can do that.
Always, have we?
No. But I'm using the cameras on the overhead and the tail stock are 4K cameras, but I've turned them down because I found when they was on 4K they was but a bit grainy. So I've actually turned them down so they're only pushing out 1080. So that seems to be a little bit better. I've spent absolute ages messing around with picture settings, and I mean if you look back at some of my earlier videos, the picture, the color was all wrong, and things like that, and I spent absolute ages spending time just trying to work out different camera settings and different color settings and things like that. But it's just perseverance, mate. It really is. It's just taking time and seeing what you can do. Right, so this is going to be a bit frightening. Because can you see that? Look at that. Oh, you spin me round.
I'm just going to watch.
Slow it right down. Turn it on. Let's see what happens. Oh, she's a bit shaky. Right, so I'm just going to be using a small
Oh, wait a
spindle
minute.
gouge for this.
Andy hates but Brent, he probably dusts the cameras regularly, lol.
Yeah, I do actually. I clean them before every live.
Colin said it's probably down the internet speed. Sidley61 is on.
Hi, Sid.
Mark just put on a Sunday you don't go through StreamYard. He streams direct. StreamYard cuts pictures quality down.
Yeah, which I'm trying to get away from, to be honest, on all my
720
lives.
from 1080.
Trying to get rid of that on all my lives, to be honest. We're working on it, so we get permanent 1080 all the time.
Benjamin just said, I must admit I was pretty ill the day after my jab. Really bad headache, no energy, and aching joints. Oh, and I was sick twice. Yeah, I feel a bit like that. I feel a bit... Ugh. But I've had something to eat, so... Dr. Bob's on. Very enjoyable morning treat.
Hello, Dr. Bob. Hope you're feeling much better, sir. Thanks for coming in.
Skills time, secret voice in the background.
So I'm just going to
TJ Turnan's on. Sorry, babe.
Hi, Terry.
James Cassidy's on. He's just dropped in.
James, how you doing?
A short break from the workshop.
See, ideally I'd like a little bit more speed on this to get a bit better cut, but unfortunately.
Neil Gould said his problem is large LED lights.
Yeah, I've actually cut my light behind me out because it was just too bright. And that was just causing glares everywhere. So all I've got now, the light above me. Yeah, let's just stop this. Try and help people out where we can. This camera here. So this light here, right above me, this was too bright. If I turn it on, you can see the massive difference. You just get that real massive over bright there. So I actually pulled all the wiring back and turned it so it's on a separate switch, and that's made a massive difference because it doesn't over illuminate the lathe, because you was getting light from here and light from there and it didn't look quite right. Now all I've got over the lathe is I've got one light directly down. I've got a light over in the corner there which is shining onto the tailstock, and then I've got another light here that when I'm doing detail work I'll turn on so it illuminates this area here. So it's lighting is your key thing. If you can get your lighting right, then the rest should be fairly easy.
Eric Winkle is on.
Hi Eric, thanks for coming over.
Wait a minute, Gerard's got a question. Steve, could you achieve this with only one hole and Axminster off eccentric? And Axminster church,
that I don't know, Gerard. I couldn't honestly tell you. I don't know. I know you can get certain chucks that you can alter, and I would imagine that you could if you wanted to.
Mark's put work in progress, isn't it, Steve?
It is. It's always.
He'll always be improving it.
I'm always messing around. Come out and make something a bit better. That's what it's all about. Just want a little bit more speed, really. But
who wouldn't it be nice if they had their jabs Monday and Tuesday? He had a sore arm the next day, but Jamie's had a really sore arm. Red swollen patch on the arm.
I think what it is, the women's species ain't just as hard as the men. That's what it is.
You shut up. You wait to have yours tomorrow. Brickhouse Craftworks is on.
Hi, Seth. So, question is, how far do we go with that is the centre?
Lawrence said, Steve, try to use diffuser to avoid unwanted shading. Sorry.
Yeah, well, the trouble is with the LEDs, you can't get. They have got diffusers on them, But what I've done is I've put masking tape over them to dull them down a little bit because they were too bright. So
Joe said buy more equipment. No, Joe, he's not keep buying stuff.
just trying to get me in trouble, Joe.
Get his sorted. Mark said, wisely, when Joe comes to visit, I have a feeling I won't be in that day, lol. James Cassidy said when he see, he's a man. When I had my first jab, I suffered a really bad week of illness, but better than getting COVID. Too right.
Exactly, I agree, mate. I could be using my new spindle gouge for this, couldn't I, really? Rather than...
Andy H said, I don't know the Axminster offset check, but the Robert Sorby one will offset up to 35mm.
Alright. It's too long to get him where I want to go in. Alright, see what that's like.
Douglas said, Nikki, tell Steve that it would be better with you doing the live, lol.
Right, so I'm going to move to the next one now. Excuse me, pardon me. So that was number 1. I've numbered them 1 to 4.
Joe's put new ? Spindle gouge.
Yeah, she knows, Joe. She knows. It fell in the box when I ordered some sandpaper. Simon thought I was such a good customer, he sent me a free spindle gouge. Right, let's try this one. Turn it right down, lathe right down. So we're going to try and match it.
Dave Cassidy said he's had an Axminster off-centre check for about 5 years and it's still in the box.
Thought I was bad with my props on. Oh. Trouble is with this, you can't get a lot of speed on it, so this is where a heavier lathe would be benefit, because obviously the lathe I'm using.
Still here.
Hey?
When you said
what's that?
A lathe would benefit, I said I am still here.
No, a heavier lathe would benefit.
I can hear what you're saying.
A heavier lathe would benefit because obviously this lathe's not very heavy, and the leg system on it is only steel, thin steel, so you get that little bit of movement about.
Doug Miller at Woodturning is on.
Hi, Doug. These aren't going to be the same because I just can't get the... Actually, I don't want to be uniform. That'd look boring if I was uniform, wouldn't it? Just move that tool rest up a little bit. That might help us a little bit. So let's just clean this one up. I'm just going to put another line just a little bit further out on that.
Joe's put also a lathe with reverse.
Yeah.
Eric said, what is the name of this type of turning? I didn't hear it first.
Well, I just know it's off centre. I don't know whether there's anything different to that.
Mark's for Eric off centre turn and Robert Donald for it's eccentric.
Yeah. You got to be eccentric to try it.
hot a minute ago and I'm hot. Brian said he has the Herald. But I have the Herald here, Steve. Lol.
Yeah. Well, I've got a bit of tear out. That's a lot heavier, isn't it? And
Brickhouse put Eric, its name is Matilda.
that's a bit better. Right.
He's put multi-centre turning. That sounds better, doesn't it?
Yeah. Not eccentric. You need to be eccentric to try it.
Eric put, people call me a little off-centre. Perfect blog for me. Bit like you, innit, mate?
I'm more than off centre. I'm mad. Turn it down again.
They said, that's it, I'm not taunting Steve any further. He sent me the most beautiful resin egg on a stand that he had turned. Joe, can you send me a picture because I didn't even see it?
I know, because I boxed it up and shipped off before you... Nick said to me, he said, where's that egg you turned? I go, oh, it's on its way to Joe.
Oh, you're not doing them silly eye things again.
No, I'm not, no. I'm hoping they're going to crisscross. That's what I'm hoping.
Mark's bragging.
Oh, is he now?
I have the Axminster 508 here, who's heavy and goes in reverse. Gerard's got a question. He said, will you get rid of all of the holes on the back or leave them the way they are?
Well, I could stick it through the thickness of planer to get rid of the holes. But I'm not too bothered, to be honest.
Thank you, Joe. She's going to send me a picture. Wouldn't it be nice? Said he was going for the 506, but it would have been too long, a bit too big for his workshop. So he had to go for the 406. Hey, Bray said he's got the Axminster 508 as well. Are they all teasing you, babe?
Who said that? Terry?
Yeah.
I don't care. If they can tease as much as they like. I don't care.
Mark's put 406 is a great lathe too. That's the one Wayne has. James has put Nikki must be a bit eccentric as she's prepared to sit in a workshop and watch. Ruby Claire's on.
Hi Ruby, how are you? Hope you're well.
Andy said nothing wrong with a 406. Lawrence said, can you fix a temporary piece in the opposite of the heavier side to balance the turning piece?
I don't know. I don't know if that'll work like that. Don't know if that might cause more issues because if it comes loose, it might go flying across the workshop.
Benjamin, come on, Benjamin, but come on, guys, it's not the size of the tool that matters, it's where you can use it, whether you can use it in reverse or not.
A little bit of tear out in there. On there, look, a little bit of tear out. Just take it a little bit wider, should get rid of that, I reckon.
Doesn't make it shake so much because it's off centre, is that?
Yeah, babe.
Doesn't make it shake so much because it's off centre, is that why?
Yeah, because obviously you're putting all the weight on one side of the machine, aren't you? So as that's normally you go in centre, so everything's as a spinning, the centrifugal force, that's a big word for a Sunday, isn't it?
Mhm.
Is all exactly the same, but obviously as you're doing this, that's trying to chuck out all the time. So that's the issue. So I think some of it's going to have to be sanded by hand, but
Colin said he's got the 320 lathe. Apart from the tail stock lol couldn't get any bigger in my tiny shed. Gerard said, Ben, that's what she said last night. Ben put too much info, Gerald.
Right, so let's get this last one done, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one in the middle, so that crisscross. But like I said all along, it's not going to be a piece you can use. It's just for decorative, really. It's just something different from a bowl.
Eric's off, he's got to go to church.
See you later, Eric.
Catch
Oops.
up later. Ruby said, are you using a screw chuck or multiple mortises?
Say again, sorry.
Ruby said, are you using a screw chuck or multiple mortises?
Multiple mortises, Ruby.
Joe said, Steve, do you do much spindle turning? If not, why not?
I don't, to be honest, Joe. I should do a lot more of it. Because spindle turn's excellent for learning tool control. And I don't do enough of it. I've done a few goblets, but not a lot of, not a lot. But I really want to do a bit more of it.
Dr. Bob said, why don't you get a mate to make you a good solid lathe stand out of 4-inch angle iron, bolted or welded together? Stop complaining about a simple fix, just an idea.
I can make my own, mate. I'm an engineer by trade. But as I should do, really. I think when I get the new workshop up and running, I will have a bit bigger stand for it. I might actually make a big bench for it, and then I can have drawers and that underneath it to store stuff.
Oh yeah, because carved drawers.
Of course, you have to have drawers. Right, so I think that's that. So now we want one in the middle. So we'll go for the middle one. And it's still going to be a little bit out of balance, obviously, because she's a bit wobbly there. Because of that's better. Obviously, we've taken different amounts of material out of different parts, but we'll see what we can do.
Douglas put, Steve, do you get a bit nervous putting your hand past the moving work?
No, because my hand's not actually in line with it. As if it comes out, I'm stood to the side, so it's going to go behind me. So I should be okay. Some of the machines I've worked on, Douglas, you learn not to get a little nervous. Get a bit more speed on this.
Douglas said, when turning it off.
Oh no, I'm quite away from it, to be honest.
Colin Wood Wisdry said, I don't own any spindle gouges, lol, just with carbines have turned goblets, vases and an urn.
I don't want to go too deep, because I don't want to go through the middle. It should need to be a bit bigger than that. Well, that's a bit weird. I've got a square in the middle now. Got a square in the middle.
Try that again. You've
Right,
never
so
got square in the middle if you'd have tried.
no. Right, I need a bit of abranet. Right, let's get this just quickly roughed up. Take some of this rough bits out of
Harry's in
there.
the shed, got to go. He's got to go dish his dinner up.
See you later, Barry. Thanks for coming over, mate. I need
Enjoy. Hope you have something nice.
I need a bit of 100 abranet.
Douglas said he's seen the result when someone captures their wedding ring on the chuck. You don't wear it, do you?
I haven't worn a wedding ring for years because of obviously I used to work on machinery all the time. So I stopped wearing a wedding ring a long while ago.
You did used to wear it at the weekends now and again, didn't you? But
Yeah, that'll fit on my finger now. So I suppose I could sand those. Oh no, I'm not going to risk it. Just roughly clean it up with this. So obviously you can get different effects through multi-axis. I mean, I've done a couple of pieces. You can also get different effects by moving it in your jaws of your chuck, so it's not actually spinning square. It's got a bit of a wobble on it that way. So
that's a bit of a wobble.
Bit of a wobble. So there's loads of different ways you can mess around with it, and then there are some really talented people out there who do multi-axis turning.
Colin said he can't get his wedding ring off. Was it super glued to your finger, mate?
His wife glued it to his hand.
I unfortunately bent mine quite bad, caught it in the door handle. One of my days where I'm rushing around, and then I had to take it off because my fingers swelled that much that I was frightened I'd have to have it cut off and put on that much weight over lockdown. I can't get it back on. But Steve did buy me a new eternity ring, so I wear that instead now.
To make up for the one you lost.
Yeah, I've still got the eternity. That's my engagement ring I lost.
So, do we put a bit of colour on this, or do we leave it natural? What do you reckon?
Gerard put, Steve, are you sure that's the only reason why you don't wear it? Doug Miller put silicone wedding band. Chris Dodd said, I bet you can't make a second one the same, Steve.
No, you're right there. I can't.
Wouldn't it be nice? Said, looks great, Steve. Very nice piece of turning.
Thank you.
Oh,
So,
Douglas said the person had his finger and all the tendons off when he caught his finger.
I've seen someone catch their wedding ring, and when I used to work in the garage, he was working on a car and pulled his hand back and caught his wedding, something went in between his wedding ring and his finger, and the wedding ring dug right in the top of his finger, virtually down to the bone. So yeah, it's a big no-no in my eyes.
Neil Gould said cost him thousands to get his off. Gerard said looks a bit like owl eyes.
Oh, don't say that.
I wouldn't want to go for that look. He's done something like that before.
It was a hoot.
Mark says he wears his wedding ring on the right hand. I still wear it to remind me not to be that stupid again.
Careful what you're saying, Marky. Never say never.
Colin put nasty was bad enough when I caught my finger in a knot hole. Andy H. Turnham's got to go.
See you later, Andy. Thanks very much for coming over.
Brickhouse said colour up. Colin said colour up. Joe said colour up. Douglas said looks great, Steve.
Thank you, Douglas. So, is that all of them? No, just got this one here. It's hard to see where I've been and where it's not been. So I think what I'll do is I'll sand and seal it, and then I'll give it a coat or some colours with the Joe Sonias, I reckon, so we can get some different colours in it. Right, so let's get the dust off of it. Get some sand, spray sand and sealer out. Some chestnut cellulose sand and sealer.
Mark said, Steve, do a Costas and use 23 tins of spray paint.
23.
You got 23, eh?
Yeah, I think so. Cleaned my chuck up the other day, and now I'm covering it all in sand and sealer again. Right.
So I've shut this door.
Yeah, I just want to get my glass of drink out of there, at the couch.
I'll get it. Oh, it smells funny, eh?
It didn't
So
smell
you're
like.
burning on the fire.
It's funny you should say that, Ben. I was thinking that.
What?
Ben said, what about next one spraying between moving it? And I was thinking exactly the same. Right, so let's get that on a bench. And then we'll get some colour on it. Let's go overhead.
Oh God, did you read that one Brickhouse put on?
No.
We had a tech at one of our shops smash his finger, but was wearing one of the tungsten bands.
Oh.
Took him to ER, but they couldn't cut it off. We had to send one of our service trucks to the ER, and they had to take a disc grinder to cut the ring off, albeit very slow. Was able to save his finger though.
Well, being tungsten, you would do. Right, so we've got the. Oh, actually, I need to spray that black first before I put them on.
Mike's hurt himself.
Oh, is he?
He's being discharged from minor injuries. Only has to go back if it bleeds or drops off.
What, his finger?
He was asked what he did, and he put, I don't know, but I think I got a catch on the natural edge of the bark, and it threw his finger into the bar.
Ooh, painful.
Dad's on.
Hi, Dad. Let's hope you're well. Did you get the coolant put in your car?
Dr. Bob said, I've seen more than one man get their rings cut off when I was a prisoner of war during the Vietnam War. That memory alone has kept me from wearing any rings.
Can imagine. Right, so let's give this a spray of ebonizer lacquer. The reason being is because if we don't, you won't see the effect of the Joe Sonia paints. They need to go on a black background, really.
Hodgepodge is only put, damn it, daylight savings time.
Yeah. Yeah, clocks went forward.
I did all the downstairs ones at
Spin
2:30 this morning when I couldn't sleep. That was 1:30, but obviously changed them to 2:30.
Right, so we just let that dry. Shut off of the hot air gun a little bit so it dries a bit quicker. Like I say, with the Joe Sonia, you need to put a black background on to get the effects.
Hodgepodge put, I forgot UK time change last night. Dad put, yes, okay. Camera change, Ruby put.
Oh, sorry, Ruby.
Benjamin's put, right, I'm giving up Woodturning now. All these stories have turned my stomach. Maybe I'll try fishing.
Well, actually, I've been fishing and got a hook stuck in my finger with a barb on before they was barbless hooks, and I had to cut it out with my fishing knife. So there you go. There's a horror story with fishing.
Gerard's put, I don't have a nail on my left thumb, not with turning, but with a chop saw. Kickback. They took out the nail and saw the bottom of the skin from the thumb back to the base of the nail. You cut the edge of your finger, didn't you?
Yeah, down to the bone, through the tendons. I've now got a number, which is good because when you hit it with a hammer, you don't really feel it.
Was it that one that you did at I'd take to the hospital for?
Mrs. Tyres, yeah.
It wouldn't stop bleeding, would it? You just said, "Oh, give me a bandage, I'll wrap it up." And she's going, "You need to go to the hospital. I'm going to call your wife to come and take you."
Well, I think that when I think what frightened her when I was in her kitchen washing it out, when I opened it up and you could see the white bone at the bottom, I think she sort of panicked a little bit, but never mind.
That was a lucky day because that was a handsaw, weren't it?
Yeah.
And you normally get your chop saw out, don't you, babe?
Well, I was cutting fascia, and the saw slipped. I was trying to take a 2mm sliver off a piece of wooden fascia, and the saw slipped and dragged across my finger. And I don't know if you can see it.
If it had been the other way round, and you'd have got your
scar right across there.
Chop saw out, you wouldn't have a finger now, would you, mate?
But no, it's all right. 5 stitches later. It actually hurt more when the nurse put the iodine in the cut than it did the cut. Right, so let's get the Joe Sonias out. Let's get a brush.
Brickhouse has just put, "Lol, Ben, have I got a story for you?" Chris Dodd's put, "All knitting, Ben."
Right,
what here, Dr. Bob? Here it is 2 o'clock in the afternoon at the moment here. James Cassidy, right. Gerard, ouch.
Right, so let's get on here. So I think the middle I'll leave black.
Gerard just put, and I can tell you, a thumb with no nail can be a handicap on some occasion. Tried to button a shirt, etc.
I remember the time when I was in here grinding. When I first had my steel lathe, I used to grind all my own cutting tools, and I wanted to do a specific job, so I had to grind a new tool, and we was going out, so I was in a bit of a hurry, and I was grinding this tool, and my finger slipped down beside the tool and hit the grinding wheel, and obviously a grinding wheel's going what, 10,000 RPM.
Needs a lot of hope they actually break you off.
No, I ain't had that many really. And the time I realised what was going on, I'd lost about 6 or 7 mil off the tip of my finger, and I went in the house and said to Nick, "Oh, I've just caught my finger. Obviously, there's blood everywhere." And she goes, "Oh, what you done? What you done? What you done?" And I showed her. She goes, "Oh, we need to take you to A&E." And I'm like, "No, we're going out. We're going out for tea." So I just put a finger bandage on it and went out. That was all right. It's fine. It's, that healed back.
Now you just super glue everything, don't you, mate?
Yeah, super glue everything.
Colin said had his middle fingernail crushed when he was a baby, had to have the nail pulled off and now have a misshaped fingernail. Mark said I stabbed myself in the thigh once, bone in a hind quarter beef, missed my femoral artery by 3 millimeters. Should you not be using tools?
Mark, I had my mate stab me with a knife when we was grollicking a dare. How's that one? Just hold that bit there. All right, stab. Oh, thanks for that, mate.
Right, Gerard's got to go.
See you, Gerard. Are we frightened him off?
No, he's put really, really sorry, but France is playing a match now.
Oh, right, okay.
Utah 2022. So I have to leave you. Love your piece, Steve. Might give it a go during the week. See you all.
All right, and take care, Gerard. Thanks for coming over.
Hodge said cuts never hurts. Adrenaline goes crazy.
Yeah, that's the super glue that hurts when you spray the activator on it. That's when it hurts.
Barry Cheat said try falling into a tractor and fail mower. I have. Oh God.
Hope nobody's squeamish.
Mark Ben said he stabbed himself in the thigh once, boning. Should have stopped there.
Right, so that's the
overhead camera because I can't see what you're doing.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you, Mike. Sorry, I'm reading the blinking messages and Florida bearded woodworkers on.
Oh, mate, how you doing? Welcome to the I've had this injury competition.
Design and make is on.
Oh yeah. Have they been in before? I can't.
Yeah. Joe said I cut myself on a can of beans lid and Glyn super glued his finger to stop it bleeding.
Yeah, I always use super glue.
Designer makes his James.
Oh, hi, James.
You look like you got really bad dandruff. Just brush your hair.
Have I? Oh, yeah.
It's not the camera needs changing. Stephen needs to get his head out of the way of the camera.
Oh, sorry. Could be worse. I could be bald. You could be glared. So, just get a couple of colours. I'm not going to colour the whole piece. I'm just going to colour a certain piece, well, a couple of 3 bits, just to give it a bit of break up from the black, really. But like I said, with the Joe Sonias, if you don't put a black background on, you won't get the iridescent effect. So you
Joe
don't
said
need.
that looks amazing.
Who?
James from Designer Make.
Hey, James. We've done a little bit of off-center turning today, just to get a
Joe
bit.
said you have a steady hand, Steve.
It's the drugs. So just do that. I'm just going to put a little bit more. Do I do a
So
little
good
bit
at
more?
painting, isn't he, Joe? Really good at painting.
I'm not. No, I'm not. So with the Joe Sonia, you don't want to put it on too thick, because if you put it on too thick, that'll go white. If you can see there where that's a bit white, that'll stay like that as it dries. So you want to try and spread out as much as you can. And you can buy. Well, when I bought the set, I bought a set with the flow medium, so you can thin it down a little bit if you're doing things like Wayne does with like the string pull and the where you blow it around with your air gun. So you can obviously thin it to give you some different effects. If you go over and buy some paints from Joe, it's Mark. Do you want to put in the? You or Mark put the link for Joe Sonia paints in the link, please.
Go on, Mark. I'll let you do it. I don't want you to feel
Um,
like we don't need you.
if you go over and purchase some, on the comments, please put that you saw it on Wayne the Woodturners, because Joe actually helps Wayne out with his colours. So it just helps Wayne out.
James Cassidy put there's a YouTube clip of a worker in the European machinery unit working on an industrial lathe. His clothing pulls him into the lathe. Not much left of the worker. That turns your stomach. Oof.
Yeah, I bet. Unfortunately, accidents do happen. Wherever there's machinery and humans, you're never going to stop that, unfortunately. But obviously, we all like to be as safe as we possibly can. So do I put a little bit on this one? I reckon
Or
just
the
in a
bearded
minute.
woodworker said, "Man, I tried editing. That sucks a lot."
What, editing? I find it takes longer to edit than it does to actually do the work, the project.
Mark's put the link in for Joe.
Thank you, Mark. So, right, guys, pick another colour. I have all the colours. I have blue,
Mark put, "See, I am still needed."
red, green, gold, and turquoise.
Turquoise.
I just got to get some water to wash my brush out.
Can we go get some water?
Yeah, can you get me half fill that for me, please? So we'll do a bit of turquoise for Nick. Just try and spread this about so it's not quite so thick. So that's how it will get. That will dry that whitey colour if you're careful. That camera don't actually do it very good justice. It still looks more blue, but it is actually purple. Sorry? No, I used it earlier to burn the rubbish. So just wash this brush out.
Oh, a couple of turquoise.
Right, so we'll do turquoise first then. Turquoise, turquoise, turquoise.
Mark's just put, took 30 minutes to turn a pen this week, took 4 hours to edit and add music. This week's premiere. Put the link on for it, Mark? I'll let you.
You'll let him.
Yeah. Colin's put editing is complicated, that's why his videos are so long.
Oh, it's not that bad. It's just something getting used to, and it's like everything.
Yeah, but if you're not, you've always been into computers and that side of stuff, haven't you?
Oh yeah,
So
but
it's a bit easier for people when they're into that. But then it was all self-taught. It went it, mate?
yeah, see, that's where I benefit. I can't read or write, but I can.
Build a computer.
Yeah.
You have your uses. When I find them, I'll let you know what they are. But you have your
Thanks,
uses.
babe. Thanks. You're such a star. Right, so the centre of this one, because we don't want two great big bits
Oh, I
of.
know what it is. You pay the bills.
Oh, thanks. I'm honoured.
You make sure I got a roof over my head. I make sure we've got food on the table. What more could you want? What a perfect relationship. You're not commenting on that one. What's the matter?
No, I'm just thinking. Oh, no, I've got a bit of purple on there. Right, so get this green in this one all the way around, or turquoise, should we say, not green.
Dr. Bob's put, Mark, gentlemen, we will always be needed. Too, right?
Just on that edge here.
Benjamin's put, cut, turn speed up to time 16, done.
Yeah, yeah, that's what Mark does, isn't it?
Is that your premiere, Mark, after Wayne's Live on Wednesday?
Yeah, 10 o'clock I think he does it, doesn't he? I'm actually starting to put a premiere on before Wayne's Live.
They're saying about JP's music being bad.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think it was that bad.
James Cassidy is off.
See you, James. Thanks for coming over,
Bye,
sir.
Steve. Thanks, Nikki, for the volume commentary. Off back to the workshop to do a spot of painting of a piece by all. Have a good afternoon, James.
Thing is, everybody's got their own tastes. You know what I mean? You're not going to suit everybody. And it's down to the creator what music they put on. If at the end of the day, the way I look at it is the music I use. I feel, and I go through what I feel is appropriate for what I'm turning. So I've some videos or live or some videos I do has got a bit of upbeat music, and then you'll get another one that's got really slow, boring music. But it's down again. I think it's down to the creator's choice and what they feel is necessary for
Just
their.
turn it down if you don't like it.
Exactly, and that's what I was going to say. If you don't like it, then you can always turn it down.
You wanted our daughter to do some music on the keyboard, didn't you? But
Yeah, she wouldn't.
she ain't brave enough.
I don't know where to do this now. I don't want it in there. I think in there, is that going to be? No, in there, I think. Don't know if that'd be too much, but we'll try. Yeah, you have to be careful because of the copyright and everything else.
Yeah, that's what Colin's asked.
But what was a cool effect? I didn't get that effect. I didn't realise I had that effect.
I've got some cutting carrots, so they should go in the fridge. It is really, I just can't be bothered today. I really am feeling it today. So Mark pays monthly to use licensed music.
Yeah.
Ben's got his own website for all his music. Oh, we've got Woodworm Paul on.
Hi, Paul. Thanks for coming
Good
over, sir.
afternoon, Steve.
Is my head in the way? Or is it?
Yeah.
You could have told me.
I was reading. I can't read and count grey hairs at the same time, babe. Get Brian's head. Nice project, Steve and Nikki.
Thanks, Brian.
So Mark put you don't talk in his videos for obvious reasons, so music choice is vital.
So I think the last colour I'm going to put on there is gold.
Gold. Oh,
No. Yep, just a little bit on there, I think. Yep. Strange because the green looked green, but the purple looked blue.
Ruby said, what obvious reasons, Mark? You have a lovely voice.
Mark's should not be as what's the word?
Worried is what he is.
Yeah, I weren't looking for that word, but that'll do. Conscious is the word I was going to say. Shouldn't be so conscious about his voice. The way I look at it, if people don't like it, go and watch somebody else.
Mark,
I
does
know
that never dig at me? Woman
No?
admits she can't multitask. Shocker.
Who's that? Who put that in?
Mark. Wouldn't it be nice, said SK Krafts, gold in the middle.
Yeah, could do.
Hodgepodge said, but Mark, you have a sexy voice from what I've heard. More Valley's on. Afternoon, all just finished mowing the back lawn. Music. Andy Phillips, no music, no commentary, just saying.
Yeah, again, it's down to the individual, isn't it?
Douglas said it looks very blue.
It does look blue, don't it? But it's actually purple in the middle there. Again, that's the cameras. Because you've got
away.
Because you've got auto light correction, the cameras pick up what they think.
Mark put, Ruby, you have to remember, you guys have never heard me like I used to. I absolutely hate my voice, really hate it. There's a story behind it, Mark, isn't there? Do you know what I mean?
We are what we are. We should be proud of who we are. We shouldn't worry about trying to change ourselves to please others.
When you play these back, I say to you, don't I? I hate my voice on it.
But why should we worry what other people think of ourselves? You know, I mean, at the end of the day, we should be our own people. We should enjoy what we do. We should do what we want to do. And if people don't like it, tough. Move on. Go to watch somebody else.
This last 5 weeks has made me realise life's too short to worry. Hasn't it? Do you know what I mean? I think when you hear of people's losing family and this other stuff, you take a lot for granted still. And then, but when something bad happens to you or your family, it certainly makes you open your eyes, and certainly made me realise you just can't take anyone for granted. Definitely.
But we shouldn't worry about what other people think.
No.
If I know I repeat myself and I say this all the time. There's too many people in this world who just want to make people feel bad about themselves, and they get off on it.
Joe's put exactly, we are who we are.
Exactly, and if people don't like it, it's tough on them. I'm not going to change myself just to please somebody else. At the end of the day, if you're happy with who you are, that's what matters. The only person you've ever got to please is yourself.
Colin's just put, it's like the censorship on TV, etc. It's a joke. If you don't like it, there's other channels to watch.
Exactly.
Hodgepodge put, exactly, Steve. You want to make funnels, then go for it. Malcolm Douglas put, lovely voice, Nikki. I don't think so. Joe put, life is too short. It really is. It is. It really is.
I mean, at the end of the day, we come on YouTube to do what we enjoy doing, and we want to share it with others. And if you want to, I'm not being funny. If I wanted, well, I'm not going to say, no, I'm not going to say it because that's a bit just. But if you wanted to turn on screen with a Mickey Mouse suit on and you wanted to turn, then it's down to you at the end of the day. It's your bloody life. You do what you want to do.
Don't swear.
Sorry. Well, it just frustrates me that people want to upset people all the time, and I hate it. You know what I mean?
Move on. Move along. Don't. Do you know what I mean? So like Florida put, Mark, I think you sound awesome. Brian at Heart Woodturning, and what other people think is no concern of mine. Exactly. Laura
Exactly,
said
Brian.
exactly, Steve, 100%. Colin Wood was really well said, Steve. Ruby Claire said good attitude, Steve. Mark said I don't really worry how others perceive my voice. It's my hatred of it because I can remember what it used to be like. It's the loss that saddens me.
Yeah, and I
Like we said,
appreciate that.
Mark, we do appreciate that, and there is a story behind it all. It's not something that you caused, really, is it?
No, but you need to accept for what you are and who you are, Mark, not what you used to be.
Oh, Valley just put, crikey, I've walked into a therapy session. It's my day off. Wouldn't it be nice? Said, how about the red in the middle now instead of gold?
Yeah, I think
That
so.
would look nice, yeah. Oh, got copper owl wood turning on.
Hi, mate. How you doing?
I think Mark sounds pleasant. I've said it before.
Mark's a very gentle, kind-hearted man, and I will be honest. Anybody says anything different, then I will step in
Jog on.
because
Move along, move along.
yeah, exactly, and they'll get the short side of my tongue. I don't very often lose my rag, but when I see my friends being picked on and bullied, that's not acceptable.
I like this one. Florida put there are two types of people: balcony people, lifting others up, and basement people, dragging people down.
Yeah, very good, very true.
Designer Mate said, couldn't agree more. Woodridge Red Colin said, Mark, over the year that I've been watching your lives, your voice has improved a hell of a lot now. You don't even sound like Julian Clary anymore. The only worst one is that your wife thinks you're rich and spends a lot of money.
Right, so red, last one then.
Florida put, loss always hurts. Barry said, totally agree, Steve. Nikki. Chris said, laughter's the best medicine.
It
Sure
is.
is.
It certainly is.
Mark said, thanks, guys. It's just how I feel. Dr. Bob put, thank you, Pastor Steve, for sharing.
Sorry if I'm preaching.
Mark put, thanks, Steve. Got your back. Douglas went, Steve, the rag is in your hand.
Right, so last bit.
Benjamin put, didn't Steve say he was only going to paint a few about 10 minutes ago?
Yeah.
Robbo Robson's on.
Hi, Robbo. Robbo's on our live next month, April.
Ed.
Ed? Who's Ed? Ed who?
Mark's a true friend to all of us and works very hard. Some of the things he turns is absolutely out of this world.
We mean some.
Not everything he turns, everything I've seen he's done. Is that red?
It is. It is. It certainly is. So just the middle, or do you reckon I should do this bit here red as well? What do you think? No answer?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
But he's asking them. He's asking the gang.
The gang.
The gang.
So do I do these bits red as well?
Which bits?
The bits that are in black.
No, leave them black.
Leave them black.
Yeah.
I was just going to leave the outside edge black, but okay.
Well, don't ask then.
I'm black.
Why ask?
Right, I'm asking the chat. Should I do these bits here red to match that? And so we just got these bits here black, or should I just leave it as it is?
Do the rest, Joe said. Brick House said leave it black. Wouldn't it be nice to have the other bits as well?
Alright, so we're going to do that then. Just finish
Benjamin said you could enter that into the water challenge, Steve.
Well, actually, now you come to mention it, Ben.
Mark and Douglas said enough.
I've actually done my water challenge yesterday.
So Bob said no.
Oh, don't know now. I actually done my water challenge piece yesterday. If it's dry enough, I will show you before we go. Because I had to lacquer it to get the shine on it that I wanted. Just put a little bit of red in there. Just this little bit here as well, just so that flows into there. And just that little tiny bit there. And I think that will do. That camera really doesn't do it any justice. Let's go on the end camera and see if that makes any difference.
You tell him, Nikki.
Still looks blue. That purple still looks blue.
Benjamin's got to go shopping. He's off.
See you later, Ben. Thank you very much for coming in.
Dad's just put that looks a funny red.
Yeah, that's like a thingy red, like a real deep purpley red. Does that look better? That looks purple now. At least let me put this big light on so perhaps get a better light on. There you go. Does that look more purple and red now? It's like a. It's not actually a red. It's like a.
Exactly, Douglas. Some people
pinky.
just really need to get a life.
Yeah, right.
Not worry about other people's lives.
Exactly. Right, I'm actually gonna use that as a focal point to try and improve the colour on that camera. Because, like I said, I don't really do any justice, but it actually is a better picture. So, I think we're there. I'm not going to do anything else to it. It's actually still wet, so I can't do nothing else to it. But what I will do is, once that's dry, I will get some pictures up of it on social media, so you guys can see the finished piece. Because, like I say, these cameras don't really do any.
No, because it looks very pink and purple and.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, but I will use that actually to get this camera here, so we can get the colours a little bit better. Obviously, this is purple. This looks blue. Green obviously looks good. The gold looks good. That is not a bad match. Get a bit closer. That is actually not a bad match. If that was just a little bit more red, that'd look right. And the green looks right. It's just the purple looks blue, and it is actually a purple. So a little bit of off-center turning. Obviously, we put our bits in the back for off-center.
Doug said that the Joe Sonia ones look a bit pinky rather than red.
Yeah, they're not red. They're like a pinky red. Yeah, exactly that. So, yeah. So let me just bring me back on view camera. Get these put away. So, like I said, a bit of off-center turning, something a bit different this week. And, yeah, I do like it. It's nice. It's just something a bit different other than a bowl. Like I said, I did a bowl yesterday for the Crafty festival, so I want to do something a little bit different today. If this is dry, I'll quickly show you the piece I turned for my water. It's not 100% dry yet, so I'm not going to touch it too much. This is the piece I did for my water challenge. So it's like engraved all on the side. Don't know if you can really see it. Let's put on this camera up here. I don't want to touch it too much because the lacquer's still wet on it.
That looks like it's porcelain.
Porcelain? Oh, wrong camera. Porcelain, did you say? So you can just see that I carved the side of it. But it's still a little bit tacky, whereas I gave her its final coat of lacquer this morning, so I'm waiting for that to dry, then I'll get the video up for that. So
Really?
He dropped it on the floor then.
Show me that piece.
Catch.
Oh, I don't want to hold it. Oh, yeah, it does look very pink, doesn't
it? Thank you, Hugh. Thank you very much, sir. No, I do appreciate that people are busy, and I do appreciate that people can't come over every Sunday to watch our lives. But it's nice because obviously the support is there because people watch it later on, and you just message me and say that it's you've seen it and it's whether you like it or whether you don't like it. So, and like I always say to people every time, if I do something you don't like, give me a thumbs down by all means. But please, 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 just put a message in the comment just telling me that why you have given me a thumbs down.
Of which you have one.
Designer Make James. Yeah, that was the effect I was going for. What I was going for was the original plan I was going to do was a bowl with on the top like ripple effects and I used the Proxon to carve that. So the original effect I was going to go was just a bowl with ripple, and I thought, yeah, it's just another bowl. So I thought with that I'm going to try and carve it and get like the ripply, like if you got water, the sort of cascading and banging against things. So yeah, I'll be doing a video for that. If I can get the video edited in time, that'll be this Wednesday's premiere. So that's the plan. Like I say, that's now had 6 coats of lacquer because I want the high gloss. I gave it its final coat this morning, which is it's obviously still a little bit tacky, hence I don't want to mess around with it too much. But like I say, I'll.
I said it looks like a lemon squeezer.
Yeah, actually, yeah, it does, doesn't it? So what I'll do is hopefully that'll be dry enough. Well, I can edit the video and then just get some final pictures for the end. So that's this week's, and then I'll get it on to Daniel's YouTube cross channel challenge. Yeah, I'll get confused. So anyway, yeah.
Colin said that reminds him of a jelly mould.
Yeah, my nan used to have a jelly mould like that, but it's actually smooth on the inside. I didn't represent that on the inside. Excuse me.
Don't touch it again.
No, I'm not going to touch it again because I'll end up getting fingerprints all over, and I don't want to do that because it was an absolute nightmare sanding it all down. I managed to get it carved with the Proxon. I used the
he was out until all hours.
The rasp cut and piece. I used the rasp cut and piece to give me the rough shape. Then I used the little tiny flap disc, which is this one, just to sand it rough. And then because I couldn't get all in the little nooks and crannies, I had to do it all by hand. So I went from 120 right up to 500 grit, sanding it before I sand and sealed to give it a nice smooth finish. So it took a little while, but I like the effect. I do like the effect. So
Colin said there's always a numpty out there. There is.
It's not very nice calling me a numpty, Colin.
No, I didn't mean you. Chris Dodds, but that was a good live, Nikki. That bloke in the back wasn't too bad.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Designer Mate said, that's very effective. I've done something that looked like water ripples for a video too. It's amazing you can do when you use your imagination. Thanks very much. Mark, can you put the link in for that?
The hashtag YTCCC2021. Yeah, this.
People need to take a good look at their own life first.
Oh, I agree there, Douglas. I agree there. Yeah, we have this thing on the site where if, well, you become a little bit aggressive, which, what's the difference of being aggressive and telling people the truth? It's a fine line, isn't it?
You're not aggressive. You don't do it in an aggressive way.
No, but
but you like things done right when you're working for people.
It's not that in my personal eyes. When you're doing a job for somebody, you do it to the best of your abilities. My attitude is if you're not happy with it in your house, then it's not good enough. And unfortunately, I've got a bit of an attitude or a bit of a reputation where I tell people what I think, and some people don't like it, unfortunately. But like I said earlier, I like who I am. Not
good job, someone does. Someone's got to like you. If you can't like yourself, hey mate.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm not going to change. And if you'd have known me, if you'd have known me 30 odd year ago, I was so timid and shy. You would have never known who I was. I mean, it's just the how I've changed over the years is unreal, and a lot of it is due to just being so many times you're being dumped on. You just get to a stage where you're sick of it.
I want to put Nikki, thanks for the show and for the guest.
All right then, guys.
You've got to tell them as it is. That's right, Douglas.
Tell them as it is. If they don't like it, shape up, or ship out is the word. Right, we're going now. Now we've put the world to rights. We're going. So, hey guys, thank you so much for the support. Thank you very much for
Nikki
yesterday.
doesn't. Lol.
Right, I'll just show you the piece that I did yesterday, just in case you didn't catch it. I've changed this a little bit. I've actually put a little bit of embellishing wax over this since yesterday, so you can just see like a gold glimmer on it. Can you see the gold glimmer? Get a bit of light. I know it lights this way. So I've just put a little bit of a embellishing wax over top, so you've got a gold shimmer to that. But this is the piece I did yesterday. Really enjoyed it. Shape I haven't done, so something different. Looks like a Chinaman's hat, doesn't it? So anyway, that's the piece I did. So anyway, obviously the video's up for that if you want to go and see it. I will edit it and get it back up sometime or other. So anyway, guys, I'm going to go now because I've been waffling on too long. Don't want to bore you.
Waffling, not
Waffling. No, we're in Norfolk. We waffle. We don't waffle. So anyway, guys, take care. Speak to you soon. And I'll see you guys tomorrow on Mark's Live. So take care. Speak to you soon. Have a good week. Bye for now.
Bye.
That's all, folks.